Hi, I'm Beth with TB Properties Buys Land. When it comes to selling your vacant land, working with a real estate investor such as TB Properties Buys Land can be very attractive. One, you're able to sell quickly. You don't have to worry about your land being on the market forever. You've got a price that it's guaranteed. And you don't have to worry about what you're going to pay the realtor and how long it's going to take to get paid. Okay, but there are risks. How do you make sure that you're not going to get scammed when it comes to selling your property, your vacant land, to a real estate investor? So one of the things I thought I would discuss today is the contract that you sign between you and whoever you're selling that property to, okay? So when you work with a realtor, you're probably used to this. You've seen these contracts. They're like 14, 20 plus pages long, okay? And with a real estate investor, everyone's contract is a little bit different. What I thought I would do today is go through what our contract looks like when it comes to selling your property. So it's very simple. It calls out you as the seller, us as the buyer, and it calls out the property. It says the property is in this county, in this state. Here's the legal description, and here's the APN, the assessor's parcel number. We call it the price in US dollars. We said that we're going to be a cash buyer and that you are not going to accept a financing contingency. Okay, we call it the type of deed that we're going to have, which is a warranty deed, and this is simply for title. They'll put together a warranty deed for us when it gets conveyed. Okay, so closing. This is important. It says that you as the buyer will pay. We as the buyer will pay for all escrow fees. That is yours and ours, that we'll pay for title insurance so that you will have title insurance, transfer taxes if there's any, and the current year's proration, as well as the recording fees that go to the county. So that's all the things that we as the buyer are going to pay for, okay? Now, when it comes to the seller, which is you, the only thing that we include is that if you have some liens, it says that you're going to cover the liens on the property, okay? That's kind of a cover your butt situation that we throw that in there. We put the closing date on there. We say that you have the right, that we have the right to cancel only by, written notice. We say that we each represent ourselves, that the agreement is binding, and we have a deadline in which that you need to sign the contract. That way, if you sign a little bit later, we just need to push the date out. So it's not a high pressure thing. It's just, if you don't sign by this date, then we have to move the closing date out so that title has enough time to close the transaction. Okay, so when you look at our contract, it's very simple and very easy to understand. It's only on one page here, okay? But one thing that you want to know is that we're going to pay in cash. Some real estate investors, what they will do is they will have a contract to buy it, and meanwhile, while they're buying it, they're trying to sell your property at the same time. So if they can't find a buyer for your property during the closing, they'll push off your closing date and push off your closing date. So you want to make sure that whoever's buying your property is paying in cash and they're actually going to buy your property on that closing date, okay? So that's really, really important. But I wanted to explain our contract to you so that you understood how simple and easy it is. You're always, always welcome to go and hire a real estate attorney in order to review. We had a young lady that we purchased her family's property from her, and they had a family friend who was a real estate a real estate attorney. And he said the contract was really easy and straightforward, so there was no problems there. But you're welcome to do that. If you have questions, though, about selling your bare land to a real estate investor such as TB Properties Buys Land, please reach out to us. We pay in cash. That means we're able to close faster. We close through a title company so that you are protected, okay? You're not worried about checks bouncing, that sort of thing. We pay the title company. Title pays you. Everything's done just like when you're selling your home. But again, reach out to us. We're happy to work with you, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again.